Hello Libra, welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 27th through to the 3rd of December. I hope life is treating you well and hope you have a lovely reading. What a great way to start. Overall energies, Queen of Swords, totally you. You're choosing a direction here and you're applying it within your life. And I think this is really good. I think it's making you emotionally detached about every sort of situation around you, which really plays beautifully and creates a lot of success for you actually in life. On your relationship side, you get the Six of Pentacles, which is Six of Cups basically on your karmic mission here. Being happy about who you are and where you're from, I think is really important. It's going to bring that healing into place in your life with that Four of Swords. But the universe is not content with you sort of sitting still in regards to your relationship. There's a lot of things that are bringing you onto a whole new adventure. You've got two knights that are going on there. The universe is bringing in the Knight of Swords, and the overall outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Wheel of Fortune as well that is within there, which is running through you. I think you recognize a change of winds, like the wind is building up in your favor. On your karmic path, on your material side, you get the Seven of Swords. I think here is where I think this is where you're choosing that direction with that Queen of Swords and being you basically. All of a sudden, I think you're getting to a stage here where you're working smarter rather than harder, I think here. And the universe is definitely backing you up with a Ace of Swords as well that is coming from a victory that is within you. There's certain things that you know that work for you in a very good way. And once you start applying that in life and relieving you of any doubts, this is where you can work a lot smarter rather than harder. And it does, the moment you start going down that pathway, all of a sudden you get the rewards with every step at the moment that you need the rewards, basically, as you go forward. Absolutely lovely. Let's just see what's going on. So we got as I said, we got the Queen of Swords on the overall energy, which is you. I think the overall energy is just saying to you, take a direction and be you. Don't be anybody else. Don't try and please anybody else. Don't try and sort of mitigate any sort of woes and worries of other people. Just be you. I think that's what the energy is trying to say to you here. And on your relationship side, you get the Six of Cups. I think this is understanding of the journey that you've already been down in your life in regards to your relationships. And this could be like on a family, friends, community. It could be collective as much as an individual. But here is just realizing the good part of it all. Only taking the good with you and giving that to your future self so you can carry that over into the future as you go forward. With the universe is encouraging you to go on a mission. I think with this newfound understanding within yourself about where you've come from and what makes you sort of happy, and you being you, I think this is where the universe is sort of saying, okay, well, let's go off on that mission then. And I think this mission comes out of something that you have actually got over or healed within yourself with this Four of Swords here. I think there's and I think this ties in with that, something from the past of realizing that some aspects of it that didn't really work for you, but there is a lot of fun as well that was created during that past. And I think here is actually now sort of putting to bed any fears and woes and doubts within who you are and what makes you happy. And the moment you start doing that, that's when the winds of change can really start playing in your favor. And I think you can feel this. I think you're going to recognize it this week. And because you recognize that things start really working for you, you've got to realize why. And that is that all about. That is what that's all about. And that's what that is all about. It's also what that is all about. It's a real realization for you this week here, where you're going to within the realization of all these things that are coming together, of you being you, of realizing what parts of the journey was real fun for you, and recognizing like the zeitgeist, the overall energy, the air of energy that is actually sort of driving you onto some sort of mission or some sort of plan of action according to your relationship side here. This is when you start feeling it really working in your favor. And the moment, by the end of the week, I think you're going to get into a certain rhythm which you can then get passionate about. Just be careful not to go faster than the music. Yeah, don't get out of step with yourself, which sometimes you can tend to do, because you're incredibly quick, Libra. You're an incredibly vibrant, mentally stimulated person, and once these passions start, this fire starts kicking into place, it's going to consume a lot of your air. So don't take your eyes off the road here. I think it's just basically allowing life to be passionate within you. Allow your life around you and your connections to other people this week to be really passionate about where you're going. The moment you start doing that, that's when those wheel of fortune, that change of wind, is going to start really blowing in your favor. On your financial side, yes, there is a degree here of playing smarter rather than harder. And it seems to be a thing with air signs at the moment, playing smarter rather than harder. You've definitely got something that is provided for you within the past, and gave you great sense of victories and advancement. And I think that's what's coming back on the surface here. And I think this is what that working smarter rather than harder is all about. You're starting to realize the things, your attributes in life, which gives you that victory, which gives you that sort of possibilities within your career path. The universe here has given you the King of Pentacles. Security. Security will be built through knowledge and understanding, and also sitting in your power, sitting in your knowledge of what you know. And I think this ties into the Ace of Swords here. You obviously, there is something within your life that you have gained understanding of, that you are sort of a master of what you do. And that's where your security, you'll find your security and your abundance in the going future. Within you, though, I think there's a lot of self-encouragement about this. There may be sort of doubts according to the past, and sort of saying, well, if it was so good, if it was really good for me, and if it was really working, why didn't it work in the past? And I think this is because you are now you're working smarter rather than harder. And I think that's the change in this thing. Rather than having to constantly push, you're allowing it to come to you in a way, as you go down this path. And I think being strong and, getting rid of those doubts, I think is going to be really good for you. In the overall outcome, you get the Nine of Pentacles. This is where, as you work smarter and start working towards your strengths, because this is what you should be doing, your strength card here, and really playing it through you, as you take a step down the road, this is when the results start coming in for you. And they are going to accumulate over time, till you eventually get to that point there of the King of Pentacles within your life. So I wouldn't waste time if I was you. I would put one foot in front of the other and step down to, step along the pathway towards your success. Being you is really important here. And I think that's one of the parts of working smarter rather than harder. So we're going to do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers card. Thank you very much for being here, by the way. I thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel. There's loads of links in the description below. You can book up a private reading with myself or a healing session with myself. There's also a link to our sister channel, CYMATIC TV, which goes into everything about energy. So let's just go in here, see what's on this. Queen of Swords with the Hierophant card, my most favourite card out of the whole deck. Because you know you, right? And this is what the overall energy is. And I think this is what sort of like builds in this sort of like change, this wheel of fortune. Because you know you and you know how you are, you should know those steps which you need to take in order to get to your ultimate dreams. It's almost like you're a little bit sort of You've got to be a little bit religious about it, a little bit methodical about it, which is not really the one of the things that are in your Swiss Army knives, in one of your sort of like in your repertoire, as it were. But I think you have that capacity to recognise where your strengths are, and that's where you should start applying them in your life in order to get to your dreams and aspirations. Being you will be enormously empowering. You with the Six of Cups, you get the Judgment card. Yes, I think this is a case of you as well. You being you. I think this is realising in the past what has actually been very beautiful for you, what hasn't been beautiful for you. And it's advice to you, your younger self, your older self is advising to you of how to progress going forward, to to open up those avenues that you enjoyed of life in the past, and how do you not maintain them, or bring them into your future mission, because that's what this is all about. You've got that coming up, and that's what the universe is trying to engage within you. And with that is you get the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is the evident path. There's only one cup there that's giving you that beautiful emotional water that you so desire within your relationship side here. And I think the universe here is sort of saying, okay, now you've got that evident path. Now you know who you are. Now you're starting to live who you are. The universe is here sort of saying, okay, well, in that case, we're going to make it very simple for you. We're going to make that pathway obvious to follow down. And for you to go on a mission, a new love mission with someone, that is around you. And it's going to make life so much better for you when you do that. And it's going to provide a lot of emotions that you may not necessarily been in touch with in the past. With your past to your future, yeah, this is it. Look at this. This is healing and regrouping, as I said here. This is a tomb of someone, of a knight. There is a lot of knights on this table. And I think this is the old you that is now you're letting go of. And I think that plays into there. That's what that is all about. Letting go of certain aspects of your life in order to open up the new cycle that is coming your way with a healing aspect. So you're healing yourself more than anything else. And you're feeling much more at one with yourself. Let's see what this Wheel of Fortune's all about. Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is that perpetual doubt, as I said, within you. That you, once you start, being you, there is no more doubt. There is no more sort of woes and worries, sleepless nights and so forth. This change of fortune is bringing it in your favour as you go down that mission, and it becomes blatantly obvious where you should be going about. Yes, I understand that this new cycle, this new wave that is coming through you may cause you, it may ruffle your wind, basically, and it may make you feel a little bit sort of like what's going on sort of scenario, and because you love to know what's going on before it happens. But then surely wouldn't life be boring that way? So I think you being you, you've got to learn to trust yourself before you can trust everything else that is around you. And I think that's what comes into it. Look at that. You've now got the Ace of Swords twice on the table here. This is a beautiful energy for you. This is where you can engage in your passions and start really getting into the rhythm of life. Once you start getting those victories, that's when you can say goodbye to those sort of doubts and that sort of stress and strain. And that's because you're going on a whole new mission in your life, where it's a mission that's built upon you being you and being loved for who you are. And I think this is where you're going to start realizing it, and it's going to make you very passionate about your connection with someone else, because it allows you to be you, basically, more than anything else. And it's going to make you feel like that you're winning in all the senses. It's absolutely beautiful. If you really do engage in life, if you do engage with your happiness of you being you, you are going to be the victorious one out of this. With the Seven of Swords, you get the Five of Swords. this is where I'm sort of saying here that there's certain things in the past that really work for you, or you have the capacity for victory within your life. And this here is sort of saying, when you start working smarter rather than harder, this is when you walk away from any sort of petty problems and complications within your career path or your business or your projects, where you walk towards your success because of that. And as you do, excuse me, there's complications and problems within your life, within your financial life, just disappear. Just literally just disappear because you're walking towards your success. With the King of Pentacles, you get the Knight of Pentacles. Yep, third Knight out on the table now. The Knight of Pentacles, we've already got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. You've now got the Knight of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. The universe here is sort of saying, if you do start playing smarter, if you do start realizing your strengths, if you do start realizing your capacity to actually win out of life according to what the strengths that you have within you, the universe is going to back you to the hilt, basically. They're really going to help you do it. But the work starts now, and you've got to work on it. And I think this is, as I say, I think this comes from the past, basically. I think this comes from something that you've been working on for a very, very long time. Basically, it could be years, it could even be decades. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, just start doing it, basically. Just you be you. With the Ace of Swords, you get the Five of Cups. I think any disappointments you had in the past, so you might have tried something, right? Let's just say you tried to write a book and it didn't work. And then you kind of think, oh, I'm never going to write another book. But you actually adore writing books. And then you kind of go, well, you know, I think I like doing it, and it makes me feel at one with myself. Therefore, I'm going to try it again. And then that's when the success comes. And it's going to pay to any disappointments from the past. Because you're working smarter rather than harder, basically. And being you more than anything else. With this Strength card, you get the Page of Pentacles. Look at that. We're only missing the Queen of Pentacles now. You know what I mean? We've on this page, on the work side. Look at that. You got the Page, you got the Knight, you got the King. This Page of Pentacles here is this strength of creating a new pathway. It's a new avenue of business, a new avenue of money. I think it's tied to something that you've already done in the past, but all of a sudden you start really making money out of it. You've got to stay true to yourself. You've got to quell those doubts within you. Just, you know, live to your strengths. Start playing to your strengths. Once you start playing to your strengths, this is where, you know, this is where the success is going to be coming in. And it's because you are taking that choice, that you're creating that pathway yourself. Through a control over your emotions and recognizing the steps that you need to take in order to get the best out of life. With the Nine of Pentacles, you get the King of Wands. So Knight of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, and at the top here you've got the Knight of Wands, and now you've got the King of Wands. You're look at that for an outcome. You just got to sort of say, look at that for an outcome. Hang on a second. Let me just jump over that void, that space, as it were. Look at that for the outcome. On both sides. So this is on your financial side, and this is on your relationship side. That's the relationship side, that's your financial side. You know, that is so powerful. And I think it all comes together because you're being you. This is just so important. And once you start doing that and start owning your pathway, and you're going to do that because you're going to be following your strengths, you're going to be working smarter rather than harder. Once you start doing that and applying that in your life, and you start owning your future and really being the boss of your future, then all of a sudden, all those rewards will be coming down the line to you, or they won't come down the line to you. They will just be on your pathway. You don't even have to go looking for them. You just have to live your path, basically, Libra. Absolutely beautiful reading. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. All the support you give this channel. I hope you get the best out of these readings. You've got your monthly readings coming out this week as well, so I will see you there for that. Don't forget to subscribe and like and what have you. In the links in the description below, you can book up a private reading with myself or a healing session with myself. And you'll also find a link to our sister channel, CYMATIC TV, the channel all about energy. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.